March 10th meeting of the Independence Planning Commission. Before we begin our meeting, let's stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It's the responsibility of this commission to hold public hearings and make recommendations to the Independent City Council on matters relating to zoning and land use changes within our city. We also consider and make decisions on plats, special use permits, and other issues, as well as changes in codes and policies that relate to city planning. Our procedure for each case on the agenda tonight will be as follows. First, the applicant will be recognized to speak on behalf of their case, then followed by anyone else in attendance who wish to speak in favor of that matter. Second, those who are in opposition to the matter or who have questions regarding that case will then be recognized to speak. If there is opposition or questions from the public, the applicant will be allowed a rebuttal period to address those concerns or questions. Once the applicant is finished, the chair will declare the public hearing portion of the case closed, and further comment from the public will not be recognized. At that point, the commissioners will have the opportunity to discuss the merits of the case with one another, and during that discussion, the commission reserves the right to ask questions of all parties concerned. And then finally, this commission will render a decision on the case. Because this is the only public hearing of the cases on the agenda tonight, those who wish to speak will be heard. All comments and questions should be addressed to the chair, that's me, not directly to the applicant or to the city staff. The chair also requests that statements be kept brief and on point. Now, to expedite tonight's meeting, the chair asks that everyone who wishes to testify or wishes to speak on any matter tonight, or who thinks they simply might testify, they're not sure, but they might want to, please stand now and be sworn in. Okay, those who are standing, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the whole truth before this commission? If so, please answer, I do. Thank you. You may be seated. We've got a couple of things, caretaking things we need to before we go to tonight's first case. First one is case number 2032001, final plat for the RB Commercial Center. It's on the consent agenda. Does anyone have questions or motions? Nobody? I would love a motion.
Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
in the matter of consent agenda item, case number 20320-01, final plat, RB Commercial Center, I move that for final approval.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay.
Second.
Thank you. I think we're ready for the vote.
Commissioner Dreer,
Yes.
Commissioner Ferguson,
Yes.
Commissioner Preston,
Yes.
Commissioner Weir,
Yes.
Commissioner McLean,
Yes.
Chairman Eschbaugh.
Yes, case number 2032001, final plat RB Commercial Center has been approved. The next couple things is we have two cases on our agenda that need to be continued to the April 14th meeting. So I need a motion to continue that.
The next two cases.
Case 5 and 6 on our list.
Well,
Well-
you need to do two, and then the three that are the others, 5, 6, and 7. So you need
I'm
to have
sorry, I
one
didn't
vote
see
on the 2.
7, I'm sorry. And
So you need
7.
to have your first vote on the 2, on number 2.
Well, can we vote on 5, 6, 7?
It's to a different date.
Exactly. We're going, case 5, 6, and 7, which is on the back of the page, has requested to be continued till April 14th. So I need a motion to continue those three to April 14th.
Mr. Chair, in the matter of continuing the case numbers so cited as items 5, 6, and 7, I move that those items be continued to the April 14th meeting.
Do I have a second?
I second.
Okay. Do I need to read those out for the record?
You have oh, okay.
I should never have asked. Okay, well, let's take the vote and then I'll read them.
Okay. Commissioner Ferguson,
Yes.
Commissioner Weir,
Yes.
Commissioner Preston,
Yes.
Commissioner Dreer,
Yes.
Commissioner Wiley.
Absent.
Absent. Commissioner McLean
Yes.
and Chairman Ashball.
Yes, so case number 20-100-01, 20-200. I'm going to start again. Case 20-100-01, case 20-200-01, and case 20-310-01 have all been continued to the April 14th meeting. And the last one is case number 19-400-10, which is number 2 on our list, has been requested to be continued to the April 28th meeting. So I need a motion on that.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I move to approve case 19-400-10. Sure, which one? A reschedule, that's right.
Continue.
Rescheduled. I was on the way there.
Or-
I was
okay,
going
sure.
backwards.
Let's take the short way.
The short-term rental be continued until April 28th.
Okay. Do I have a second?
I second.
All right.
Commissioner Ferguson,
Yes.
Commissioner Ware,
Yes.
Commissioner Preston,
Yes.
Commissioner Dreer,
Yes.
Commissioner McLean,
Yes.
and Chairman Ashball.
Yes, case number 19-400-10 has been continued to April 28th. Which brings us to case 20-200-04, special use permit at 3501 South Sterling Avenue. Would the city give us a report, please?
Jason Scott seeks to operate a body art shop at the southeast corner of South Sterling and East 35th Street at 3501 South Sterling. The oval shows the location on this map. You can see Sterling goes the north-south, 35th Street goes east-west, and they're right there on the southeast corner. This is the zoning for the area. Several properties form a commercial mode at this intersection. That's the red color, and then the surrounding properties are zoned R6, which is single-family residential, and it is shown as yellow in the slide. The comprehensive map shows residential neighborhood uses proposed for this site and in the general area. This aerial photo shows the site in the circle. The front of the building faces west, which is Sterling Avenue, with parking areas on the east and west side of the building. It's a 2-story building. There's a gas station convenience store on the northeast corner of the intersection, directly north of the south, an auto repair on the northwest corner of the site, and then another building to the west, and we'll get to that one. This slide shows a notification area where the adjacent property owners are notified of this meeting by mail from the applicant. On the map on the right shows the circle and also the property owners, if you can see real close, the ones that were notified. Excuse me. Here we're looking east at the front of the building as it faces South Sterling. While the building is small by commercial standards, it has multiple rental spaces for small businesses like the applicant's shop. His proposed location is on the left side of the building. This is a closer photo of the applicant's proposed rental space with the door in the middle and the 2 curtain windows on the sides. Here we're on the east side of the lot, looking west at the back of the building. You can see there's 3 or 4 rental spaces along the back of the building as well, including the landowner's engineering office, which you can see there on the left, is on this side of the building. There's also an Army surplus store on the right side of the building here. We're back on South Sterling looking east at the office building that is just south of the applicant's site. You can see the wall of the applicant's building there on the left side of the slide. This is a house just south of that office building that was shown in the last slide. Okay, looking west across South Sterling, this is old fire station number 5. It's on the southwest corner of this intersection. It was a fire station it was operational as a fire station from 1955 through 1981. It's been a commercial business over the years since then, and the business that was in there just recently closed. On the northwest corner of the site, there's been an auto repair business there for many years. And then on the north side, technical difficulties. Well, anyway, north across the street, on the northeast corner of Sterling and 35th Street, is a gas station convenience store that I can't get to come up on the site here. Staff does recommend approval of this application with the following conditions. The applicant must maintain all state and local licenses. The special use permit is restricted to Unit C, which is this unit that he's renting at 3501 South Sterling Avenue only. And then 2 is the ADA parking space on the east side of the building needs to be properly signed and marked. And the applicant is here to answer any questions.
Thank you, Stuart. Does anyone have questions of Stuart before we call the applicant forward?
Why is this ADA on the east side of the building?
Well, this it's a pretty small building. It's been built there years ago. There's already a space down there. Basically, let's see if I can get it to. Oh, okay. There's the convenience store on the northeast corner. Let me see if I can go back here and. From what I remember, the ADA space that's sort of there is on the right side of the parking lot. So it's one of these where you put it on the upper or the lower, and in this case, it was on the lower. They have to provide at least one for the number of spaces, and I could talk to the owner who deals with the city on various things about putting one up on the north side, on the east side of the west side of the building as well.
Okay. Would the applicant please come forward and just make sure you state your name and address for the record, please. And this microphone, your microphone is, you need to like talk right into it.
Yeah. Am I on here? All right.
Yep. You're good.
My name is Jason Scott. The address is 3501 South Sterling.
Okay. Is there anything you wanted to add to the report, or just anything you wanted to let us know?
Just as the paperwork said, I'm a licensed tattoo artist, and I've been in this business for many years. The shop that I was working at moved, and I chose not to go, so I tried to get a building as close to that location as possible, as any of my long-standing customers wouldn't have to travel, and that's about it. It's right down the street from the old shop, so.
Okay. Yeah, I think I know the one you're talking about. Is there any question for Jason here?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
you say you live at 3501 South Sterling?
No, sir. That is the address of the building. Would you like my personal address?
I'm sorry. Yes, your residence.
My personal address is 10309 East 38th Terrace, Kansas City, Missouri.
Okay, thank you.
What's going to be your hours?
I'm probably going to have it from 11 to 7. I'm actually used to the other shop where I was working. We were 9 to 5. We shut down fairly early. The other businesses in the establishment up there, they shut down in between 4 and 5. But one of the complaints I've had for many, many years working at the other shop was that we didn't stay open late enough. I mean, a lot of tattoo shops stay open till sometimes midnight, but I really, that's
don't plan
not
on
real.
doing
I
that.
really don't want to do that.
You're going to have the
So,
neon lights and all that?
I do have those, yes. Although they,
Have you ever had any medical issues with any of your clients?
no, sir.
Any other questions of the applicant? Okay, thank you. Is there anyone else here who would like to speak in favor of this case? Okay, is there anyone here who's opposed or who has questions? All right, seeing no movement in the crowd, I'll declare this public hearing portion of this case closed. And would ask the commissioners if they have any comments, questions, motions.
I'm not so sure this is conducive to the neighborhood. It's, it's pretty prominent there. That's just my opinion. I'm not so sure that it's the right place for it.
Yeah, your point is taken. There is a lot of commercial right there, though. And I'm sure people were notified within the, correct?
Yes, he turned in a mailing affidavit, and you can see the area that he mailed out the notices to.
Yeah.
He's the business owner. I mean, the property owner is also surveyor, engineer, and so he was able to do the map as part of his
Oh, okay.
application. So I'm sure that the map is fairly accurate.
I understand.
This was okay by the church that's adjoining?
You need to speak.
The church that's right next door, I don't know what address that is
It's a
to
block
see
away.
the addresses of the owners that were notified.
Could you come back up again, please?
There's no,
Is there a church close by there?
There's a church.
St. Paul's is about a block and a half away.
Yeah, about a block and a half on the same side of the road, just this side of Blue Ridge.
I thought that the adjoining office space
Oh, the old
had a
7-Eleven.
church in it.
The old 7-Eleven building, yeah.
No, the church, the one that you can see that is right in the same parking lot.
Yeah, it's the next building over.
Yes, I'm not sure what that establishment is. I know that
think
they're
it's a
only there on
church.
like a Wednesday or a Saturday.
But I'm wondering what address it was.
well, that's why they're going through the special use process.
Thank you. Okay.
If they were a certain distance away from churches, schools, childcares, and residential properties, they don't have to do the special use permit. But if they're not, then they have to go through the special use permit process. In Independence, because we're so corridor-based for our commercial, just about everything goes through the special use permit process, because you're not going to go 185 feet and not hit one of the, especially residential properties.
Okay, and how many tattoo shops do we currently have in the city?
Well, if this would be approved all the way through, this would be number 6.
Okay, and there's
And our max was 7.
Yes.
We have 5. Now, we had a couple drop out.
Yeah.
One on the one that's on 39th Street, which is not very far from here. They moved to Oak Grove, I believe.
I see. Okay.
And then there's the one that was on 291 that was south of, it's like 2800 South 291. It was kind of a 2-story deal. They also closed, so it dropped it down to 5.
Okay.
I can't tell you that there's another one coming next week, next meeting.
Well, if there was and it's approved, that's number 7, and that's it, right? Okay.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
If somebody parks in the ADA parking space on the other side and they have to get to your side, how did they get there?
Yes, they would they would just walk up. There's a sidewalk that goes up, but there's no staircase on the building. They would just walk from the parking lot to the other parking lot by way of a sidewalk that runs up the street right there and then comes
Okay.
out on the front parking lot.
And I forgot to, I wanted just to make sure you know what the city's recommending that you do if it's approved, as far as the signage for the handicap spot and the,
It's just to repaint.
yeah, and then make sure the state and local license are all kept
That's fine.
up, and you're
That's-
fine
that's
with all that.
Yes.
Okay.
You'll have to get with the property owner, Mr. Byam, on the ADA parking situation.
Okay. Are there any other questions or comments, as long as he's up here?
Mr. Chair,
Sir, you can go ahead and sit down. Thank you. Yes.
in the matter of case number 20-200-04, special use, at stated address of 3501 South Sterling Avenue, Unit C. This seems straightforward. There's no moratorium. I move for approval.
Okay. Do I have a second?
I second.
All right. We have a second. So unless there's any comments or other questions, we will proceed with the vote.
Commissioner Dreer,
Yes.
Commissioner Ferguson,
Yes.
Commissioner Preston,
Yes.
Commissioner Weir,
No.
Commissioner McLean,
Yes.
Chairman Ashbaugh.
Yes. Case number 20-200-04, special use permit for 3501 South Sterling Avenue, Unit C has been approved. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. You're welcome. Our next case is case 20-200-05, special use permit at 18819 East 39th Street South. Will the city give us a report, please?
McBee's Coffee and Car Wash requests a special use permit for a tunnel car wash and coffee shop located at 18819 East 39th Street South. So, looking here at this first slide on our vicinity map, you can see the red circle near the east entrance of leading down to the ring road around the mall. The surrounding zonings, or this whole corridor on 39th Street, is largely C2, general commercial, although there is some moderate density residential, some apartment zoning to the southeast of this location. Of course, the comprehensive plan envisions this area for commercial uses. This piece of property is part of the northeast parking lot there of the mall. You can see the Independence Commons outlot stores to the north. Of course, to the east is the hospital area and the doctor's offices. To the west is Chick-fil-A, and of course the mall property and the apartments to the south. The applicant intends to construct a tunnel car wash with an exterior wash and interior detailing. The 18,000 square foot tunnel would be sited on a portion of the Independence Center's parking lot northeast of the mall's ring road. Prior to site plan and building approval, the property would have to be replatted, dividing the portion of land outside of the ring road from the remainder serving the parking needs of the adjacent Macy's there on the east end of the mall. The ring road will provide access to the property. There will be no direct access with East 39th Street South. The nearest access to 39th Street will be immediately east of the proposed site. The tunnel building will have an east-west orientation paralleling 39th Street. Customers will enter from the southeast and go east and wait in one of 3 lines to pay for their wash and for their cup of coffee, and then turn and enter the east side of the tunnel. Exiting from the west, the customers will move to the parking area southeast of the building, or they will just exit to the south if they're not using the vacuums. When the site plan application and building permit are submitted, more detailed site plan and landscaping plans will be required. The site and landscaping plans will have to include the elements like plantings, green spaces, and other issues highlighted in the UDO. So here is the site plan, and this is the notification area. So the mall property and undeveloped property to the east, the apartments, and as well as outlots of Independence Commons. You can have some renderings of what the similar to what this location would look like. This location and a proposal for 23rd Street that will be seen by you later in April would most likely resemble these first 2 pictures, the smaller design. And you can see the orientation of the vacuums and things would be different than what you're seeing here on the rendering. They also provided us pictures of their location in Liberty, a little bit larger store, to give you an idea just of some of the architectural design of the feel of the building. I'll go through a quick tour of the photographs here. So this is from looking on 39th Street directly at the site. Macy's is to the right of the sign there in the background. And then this is looking up the hill from the access drive that comes off the ring road east of that portion of the parking lot. And then this is looking back to the northwest over the corner there. This is looking up 39th Street. We're looking directly at Fazoli's right there. Chick-fil-A is to the left. Of course, some of the outlot businesses in Independence Commons here. The AT&T store, looking back toward the hospital and Jackson Drive. Staff recommends approval of this case with the following conditions. Include a graphic or map of the noise levels for all mechanical systems, vacuums with the site plan application and the building permit. Eliminate the access drive off of 39th Street right of way. And submit a detailed and landscaping plans per code with the site plan application and the building permit application. And I'm ready to take any questions you may have.
Brian, so they're going to own that. I mean, that company's going to own that. They're buying it, correct?
You mean yeah, because they're going to have to plat the property and they're going to buy the land, yes. they will be working that deal out with the mall owners.
So, do you anticipate that most of the, if this goes through and everything, the most of the landscaping is going to be along 39th Street and the access drive? In other words, because there's a lot of, I guess the rest of it.
I mean, we're going to require perimeter landscaping, of course, around that south parking area per code. And, of course, you need to do landscaping around the building. And street trees, yes, along those two areas of right-of-way.
Okay, but then,
Not on the property, not in the right-of-way, but
Sure.
along those right-of-ways.
and that makes sense. I didn't know if you were, how concerned the city was about the west side of that property, since it's butting up to a parking lot. Or are you going to require them to
I mean,
give you some screening there? Or
they've got a green space along there. It looks like I mean, it meets the minimum 5 foot there. That if it were a little wider, we I suppose could get some larger trees or something in there.
Well, you said perimeter landscape, so
Yeah.
that's part of the perimeter.
Well, parking lot perimeter, which is specifically areas of parked cars, but we also have street tree requirements, which is
Sure.
a separate requirement too. So,
And are they going to be able to have a sign if they want? Because I don't know, it's not that sunken down off the road, but it is down a little bit.
well, actually, they're up high; they're not down low. And they can do monument signs on both right-of-ways, so they could do 2 monument signs, theoretically.
So it's the same level as 39th Street on that end?
It's higher than 39th, and
Oh,
it's
that's where it
also
starts going down.
it's also higher. Yeah, see,
Because that pylon sign, right, the pylon sign just to the west is kind of down.
this is up here, and then here's even more so.
I see, okay. All right. But they could have a monument sign if they,
They could have a monument sign along this right of way and along the other right of way.
Okay.
They're both right of ways, actually. It
okay.
looks like a driveway, but it is a right of way. That's on the east.
And just out of curiosity, when the center was built, there's a requirement for so many parking lot spots, right? And so this is part of the parking lot for the center.
I don't know what the exact count is. My guess is they far exceeded their
I
requirements
see.
for
So
parking.
we don't really know. I mean, I'm not. I don't think they need that much parking space. I'm just surprised that we're just letting them change that. And I didn't know if you calculated how that change would affect that, or if we're breaking our own rules. I mean, I granted, I'm not complaining about it. I'm just making an observation.
I don't know exactly how many spaces they're losing, but it's a fraction of that huge lot.
Okay. I just didn't know if you did the math.
No.
It's
There's a
okay.
lot of spaces to count. And we don't
Yeah.
have any record anymore of how many spaces are out there.
Okay. Does anyone on the commission have questions of the city staff?
It's not entering off of 39th Street, right?
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah, Public Works does not want any direct access
Yeah.
to 39.
Okay. That's great use.
It's a good project.
Okay. Would the applicant come forward? State your name and address, residence for the record, please.
Hello, my name is Stephen McBee. My personal residence is 1400 North Bill Johnson Road in Independence.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
Yeah, is there anything else you kind of want us to know about the facility you're considering?
As far as the noise level for the vacs and the dryers, after going through an R&D for about a year, I'm using McNeil dryers and Vacutech vacuums, which are showing 22 to 24% noise reduction over current vacuum systems in the car wash industry. So,
And that should meet our noise level requirements?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay. But you haven't got the report yet, right?
We haven't seen anything. They got to be 55 decibels at the property line.
Okay. Okay, so, and it doesn't, I mean, each vacuum is 22 decibels lower?
22 to 24% lower than standard vacuums.
Okay.
Yes.
So, I mean, if you're real busy and they're all on, I'm not sure how those decibels work. Do they accumulate or not?
Well, it's all coming from a central vac system.
Okay.
So it's all going to be the same, whether one's being used or all of them are being used.
All right, gotcha. As far as the veneer of the building, the exterior of the building, are you kind of set on this, or I know that still probably needs to be submitted to the city, but are you? And again, I'm not complaining. I'm just asking.
Yeah, so we're looking at lowering the stone veneer to just a wainscot, like a 50-inch wainscot. Currently, those renderings show it going all the way up the building. I would imagine we'd just do accent walls in the stone veneer and then just have a 50-inch wainscot on the majority of the building for the wainscot for the stone veneer. It's a little too much stone right now.
Okay. And what are your? I'm sorry, I probably didn't see it. It's probably on there, but I didn't see what are you considering your hours of operation to be?
It'll be 9 to 9.
Okay. Does anyone else have any questions?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Is this a franchise?
No, we were just starting this up. It is not. It's just privately held right now. So
And there's one like this in Liberty?
currently, it's about to go up. Yes, we are just basically through the special use permit in Liberty.
You know, I've noticed that we've got 2 car washes over on 40 like this. Do you think this is be complementary, a third
Yeah,
one?
absolutely. So whenever we looked at the competition in the area, both of those are flex serve car washes, which means they take a little bit longer time because you can go back through and get your interior detail bays cleaned out, where we are strictly an express. So all we have is the tunnel. So it's a lot quicker than those 2 car washes, and then as well as the added benefit of the coffee. So the coffee is included in the purchase of every car wash. You pull up to a touch screen, and if you're a subscription member, you'll get your option of 5 different brews of coffee or a water bottle. And then as you pull up to the tunnel entrance, there's a walkout door where an attendant will hand your coffee or water out along with an air freshener and a dashboard wipe.
And have you calculated how many cars you're trying to stack in case it gets busy?
If it got busy, we could stack up to 55 cars in the 3 lanes,
Okay,
which would be more than enough, I can imagine.
sounds good to me. So, and you're, I mean, you're going to be good with whatever the city is going to recommend or require you as far as site landscaping and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely,
I
absolutely.
mean, that one in Liberty, that looked pretty awesome. It'd be nice to see something like that over there
Yeah.
instead of a bunch of asphalt, but,
Yeah, absolutely.
okay.
It says here you're going to do an interior express detail?
At this location, this is strictly a tunnel wash, so it'll be express only.
Okay.
That must have been a mistake in the application. There will be no detail bays in this one.
I think the operative word here is underutilized parking lot. From everything I can see, this appears to be a shot in the arm. It's good for everybody. I think it's a good draw for the mall. It appears to be aesthetically pleasing. So I simply applaud this project.
Okay.
Not a question, but a comment.
Thank you very much.
And I take it that you don't take exception to my comment about it appears to be aesthetically pleasing.
No, not.
So I get an amen there?
Yeah, amen. There you go.
All right. Are you back?
Fishing for a free car wash coupon or something?
Yeah, that's kind of what it sounds like.
I don't think so.
No, you would never do anything like
I
that.
would not ever.
You're above reproach. Is there any other comments or questions of the applicant?
I have a question.
Yes.
I see that the tunnel will feature a pit that runs the length of the tunnel for the excess water, dirty water, to go into. It says that there will be a limited amount of spillage from that. Approximately how much do you think that will be?
I would assume just from, drip amount, it may go out 100 feet from the end of the tunnel from where cars pulling out, just dripping off the cars. Other than that, we're going to be 40% reclaim on all of our water. You can't reclaim all of the water just due to the fact that when the chemicals get into the water, there's no reclaim systems that can filter out everything, but we are going to have 40% reclaim. So it'd be a very minimal amount of any water outside of the tunnel.
And where does the excess water go?
It'll go down the sewage, or the dirty wastewater.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay. Any other questions? All right, you may sit down. Thank you. All right, is there anyone here who wishes to speak in favor of this case? Okay, is there anyone here who is opposed to this case or who has questions? All right, seeing nobody trying to gain access to the microphone over there, we'll close the public hearing portion of this case. And I'd like to see if,
The general concern that I would have ordinarily is proximity to residential. We do not have that issue here.
Yeah.
Right on to 39th, adjacent, no access, no encumbering the natural flow of traffic on 39th. Again, this looks like a win, win, and win for everybody.
yeah, there's quite a few car washes in our city, but I think they found the sweet spot over there. I'm happy to see something, like I said, besides a parking lot that could possibly go in there.
So, Mr. Chair,
Yes?
in the spirit of me loving multitasking probably more than anybody in the world, and car wash and coffee sound fabulous to me, I would like to move to approve case 20-200-05 special use permit for 18819 East 39th Street South M&M Express Car Wash.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. If there are no other comments or questions, we will take the vote, please.
Commissioner Ferguson,
Yes.
Commissioner Weir,
Yes.
Commissioner Preston,
Yes.
Commissioner Dwyer,
Yes.
Commissioner McLean,
Yes.
Chairman Ashball.
Yes. Case number 20-200-05 special use permit at 18819 East 39th Street South has been approved. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Okay. We got a couple minutes we got to approve here. So, does anybody have any changes to the minutes or? All right, they will be approved as written. Does anybody have anything for the city? And does the city have anything for us? Okay, our next meeting is a couple weeks from now, or? April. March 28th.
24th.
24th?
Okay.
Mr. Chair, there's a couple of us are going to be absent for the 24th meeting. I'm sure you'll carry on well without myself and without Mr. Druth here.
Well, thanks for your faith in me.
Are you going someplace fun that we can all go? Or?
I'm going to New Orleans.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Okay, well, I hope you guys come back and are ready to give us new ideas and contribute to this fair city we serve. So we're going to go ahead and close our meeting tonight and adjourn at 6:46 p.m.